4 years ago I crewed on other people's boats across the Pacific Ocean and learned the basics of sailing. After I had to stop building my cabin in Spain last year, I decided to return back to the ocean.
Since recently we have our own small boat in Guatemala, it turned out to be a bit more of a lemon than expected, and we are now transforming the boat into lemonade.
Or limonada.
And step by step we are getting closer to sail the Caribbean and eventually the rest of the world together.
A little bit of bad news, I have to start over because it looked really nice like yesterday, because everything was like a blue sort of dust came over it, but then when I wiped it away I still see some white oxidized parts at some parts, and I asked some advice and they have to go away, so I'll have to start at the beginning and do a little bit more over there.
Good morning! Day 2 of the sanding job. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass, so I have been postponing my work until now. I cleaned the whole boat though, and I folded up the laundry. You look like the sanding smurf.
The sanding smurf. The boat sanding smurf.
Yeah.
I've been debating with a lot of people about what is right to do. Ooh, I have a little mustache. So there I took off like all the anti-fouling, as I thought that was better. I'm debating with a lot of people. Dirk has been working here for like the whole day to take that off. However, the majority of people say that my anti-fouling actually looks pretty good still, and apparently it's normal that it wears off at the waterline. Obviously I need to do something about that, but that there's actually no real point of taking off more anti-fouling, and that it's better to just sand it lightly and put a new layer of anti-fouling over. This is only 1.5 years old, but apparently looks like it was only one layer, and that's why, because it should wear off slower. So was a lot of work, but hey, learn a lesson. Gonna lightly sand it and then fix those spots and then put new anti-fouling over it. The contrast between us is pretty big, where I'm trying to seriously get things done and be on the way. She's usually dancing. What's this new outfit over here that looks a lot like my work pants?
Yeah, it itches a little bit from the foam. I don't have dry pants anymore.
Oh, I did do a lot of fiberglass work in it.
So I steal yours.
Actually looks pretty good on you. You guys agree? It's like you killed someone.
Let's do some groceries.
You gonna do groceries?
Yeah, I like this.
Who did you kill?
You. All the fucking mosquitoes.
Oh, must have been a lot. Now I want to do this line with the machine, and then the bottom with the machine, and then all those tiny spots. It's the end of the day and I feel like I didn't get anywhere today. Learning a lot. I'm gonna get a different tool tomorrow, so it will go faster, and then continue. I bought a disc and sand discs from the angle grinder, and it should make my life a lot easier to do the bottom. Alright, I bought the wrong pad. I bought the right one. Guess it took half the day to go back and forth to the shop since we're further away from it now. Oh well, let's continue. Let's start. Until now we sanded this part of the boat. Until 2 weeks ago I knew nothing about hulls of boats. Now I do a little. Okay, so we sanded all this, and then here on the waterline there were some blisters. What is a blister? A blister is a water pocket in between the layers of paint, or in between the fiberglass and the paint. So all the blisters here were in between the paint layers. So when I sanded them away, when the blister was gone, there was still a layer of paint under it. So that's okay, then I don't necessarily have to put new primer on. However, my problem area is here at the bottom. Like, there are 3 things going on here. When we took the boat out of the water, there were a bunch of, not real blisters, but they were just open spots where I could see the fiberglass. So I'm expecting there were blisters, and the previous owner just put anti-fouling over. So who doesn't know like the difference in the layers of paint? Like below the waterline, you put anti-fouling over the boat, and anti-fouling wears off. This type of anti-fouling wears off in like 2 to 3 years, and then we put on a new one. It wears off, especially so that growth, marine growth, doesn't attach itself to your hull, and that it doesn't get dirty very fast. Now under this is a gel coat, and under the gel coat is the fiberglass. So the gel coat or the primer protects the fiberglass, and I have 3 problems here. The worst problem is I have a few things like this. This is an actual, like a ditch, so I have to fill it up with some netting and epoxy, and then thickened epoxy. Then the second smaller problem are a few of these, where the fiberglass, where you can actually see the scratches. I can just fill this up with thickened epoxy, and then you have here you can just, it's just smooth. Here you can just see the fiberglass, so I can just fill that up with an epoxy primer at the end. So at first I will do the biggest that needs the netting, and then when I get to the point where I need to thicken epoxy, I will put the thickened epoxy over this one and also over the other spots that need it, and then I'll put epoxy primer over it all, and then I've covered all the fiberglass really well again, and then I can put new anti-fouling over it. The reason why I had to take away all the anti-fouling is because the epoxy primer, the primer layer, that doesn't attach to the anti-fouling. So that's why I needed to take it all off. So that's the work we got to do now. And also on the other side we got to do the same. So we got sand top side of the hull and wet sand the bottom, and then fix that, prime it, paint it. This boat was sold to us as turnkey, huh?
Yeah, a turnkey.
You could turn the key.
And it started.
So I guess it was turnkey.
Yep.
Well,
that's actually true.
I have a hard dinghy, and like occasionally it bangs against the side of the hull, and it's not easy to, like, look what I have to do. It's not easy to take it out. It's quite a work. I wanted to change my dinghy anyway for a soft dinghy, for a roll-up, because it takes less space on deck and is easier to put on deck when we're going to another country. I think I should do this before the boat goes in the water, because I want to do this once. I don't want to do this again because the dinghy bangs against the boat again.
I am so proud of myself. I got this shirt white again. There are stains in it, and I did it with hand wash and baking soda first, but then that didn't really help. So I washed it with bleach, and it's white. Good morning. I'm going to start with wet sanding the rest of the bottom today, and I'm going to start over there because the sun comes there first. I can now already not look into the camera because of the sun, so by the time I'm there I think the sun is like fully high, and then I can stand a bit in the shadow.
No fui el primero, ni seré el último, pero sé que lo gozaré. Para serte sincero, un Dios el que te enseñó lo que puedes hacer con mi piel. Yeah, 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 yeah. Baby, si se nos da, yeah, yeah. Será lo que será, yeah, yeah. Los dos vamos a matar, yeah, yeah. Toda esa curiosidad.
Today I'm going to get vaccinated, and I'm just in time before we go to other countries, which will hopefully be in about 5 weeks. So yeah, it's here. It's like an abandoned building. This is where they do the vaccinations. I just got the first injection. Now I need to wait for some document or something in order to come back for the second time. My father got really sick after the first one. I hope I don't, because I need to work. Just having a little lunch before I go back. When I got my injection, nice. What are you doing? No, I have clean clothing on. No, I have clean clothing on. If you want to do this 100% perfect to make it like a new boat again, what I've understood from what I've read is that you would take everything off, the gel coat off, then you would have to rest the boat for like between 1 month and a year to make sure that all the water goes out of the fiberglass and make sure that the water percentage is, I think, about 5%. Yeah, I'm not trying to make it a new boat again, and it's also not necessary. It's not that the boat is in danger of anything at this age with what it has. So we're just gonna make it 100% watertight again, and then make it look nice again.
Since we got quite a few donations from you for cappuccino since the last video, I am really happy that I can now go get another cappuccino. So thank you very much. I'm actually getting a frappuccino because it's really hot, so I can use something to cool down.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Brain freeze. There are 3 places on my boat that I need to do with thicker matting. This is the biggest spot, and from the thick mattings that are available, I like this one most. It's double-sided, and because it's double-sided, it's so much easier to cut. If you're planning to do this yourself, you might want to use a bit more protective clothing, because it does get a bit itchy in the evening, like a lot itchy. It's like a little massage, but then not a really nice one. That is number 2. So the epoxy I have here, this is not epoxy. The epoxy I have here you can mix one-on-one. I'm really gonna need only a little bit. I need to wait till these places dry, and also added pieces of tape to the places where I would like to add some thickened epoxy.
So it's funny because I am this crazy social person and I like to talk to everyone for the whole day, meeting new people, whatever. Not always, but most of the times. And then today I was talking to this 80-year-old man, and he said that he was going to sell his boat because yeah, he's too old for it. And then he came knocking on our boat just yet, asking if I want a book for the sailboat for dummies, sailing for dummies. So yeah, I got myself a free sailing book. I can study and learn how to sail.
You were saying why you've been grumpy the last few days.
Yeah, because I'm a woman.
Is there how I don't understand. Hormones?
Because I put a buisje in my arm for you, so we don't get the kids. Yes. And now sometimes I get ongesteld, maar ja. Dus heel mijn system is fucked up now, yes.
Ongesteld is a period.
I just cannot deal myself. Being a woman is just pain in the ass. Literally sometimes.
Did you wish you were a guy?
Yes. But now I know what was happening to me. Look at my skin. It's so bad. I am so grumpy. I'm so sad. I don't know how to deal with my life. I'm a woman. I want an ice cream. And chocolate.
Today I'm gonna sand it and see if I'm gonna need another layer of matting or if it's flat enough so I can just fill it up with thickened epoxy. Let's begin. I'm gonna do thickened epoxy. The lesson I learned is do not leave leftovers. Make it clean in the beginning, because it is a big pain in the butt to take it away later. So what I'm trying to achieve here is to make a substance that's like peanut butter. Because if it's thinner, then it won't stick on it, it will just drip down. one of the really good things about being on the hard is people just give you all kind of stuff, especially when you're working as first in the morning. Like, look at that, I just got this book, which I have digital, but it's so nice to have a paper copy, so you can actually write in it. It's exactly where we're gonna go. Nice. This is done. Now I need to wait till it's dry, sand it, get primer, prime it, and then it's ready for painting. Dirk, you just woke up? It's Saturday, so we need to go to the shop before 12 to get everything, otherwise the shop's only open on Monday. Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, just say that, you know, I'm not an expert. I just take people's advice and then look at the YouTube videos, and I just make my mind what I think out of all the information, what is best to do. So yeah, I think it's it'll be good enough. Just got back to the boat from shopping. Apparently they are relocating our boat. I ran to the boat to see what was going on. Dirk is bringing all the painting stuff here from the dinghy. Anti-fouling and top paint, primer. Good job, babe. It's actually convenient they're doing this now because I want to check my rudder shoe, and the block is exactly under the part. So if this, then I can immediately move this a bit forward and I can check it. Dirk here is a little grumpy because the employees cannot take their eyes off her. Apparently you are so beautiful to them that they have to stare at you every 30 seconds to a minute.
I'm really not.
It must be your beautiful blue eyes. It must be the same reason I fell in love with you. You're probably really jealous on me. Now we're gonna tape it all off before primer. It's like a race against sun, heat, daylight. Hope we get finished before it starts to get dark. We are rushing like crazy to get it done before the daylight ends. Just the back part. There's 10 minutes of light left. Probably shouldn't be filming right now. There's the moon. Can you see that? Yeah. And it is too dark to see anything. It is 7 AM. I just finished sanding. The sun is starting to come up, starting to become warmer. Now it's still quite nice. Now we're gonna do the finishing layer, probably in 2 layers. But a little nervous because we're rolling it on. I'm a little nervous what the end result will be. But let's see. Is this going to be a complete success or one of my many failures in life? I have a confession to make. Sorry mom and dad, I have a tattoo. It's actually just made by Dirkje. It's supposed to be a heart. Dirkje, can you show us what went right and what went wrong?
Okay, so I heard from a bunch of people and I read it on the internet that you should roll and tip. So roll with a roller and then tip with a dry brush. And he said, no, we're just gonna roll it there. Okay, so we were rolling it and then we got all these bubbles and then we did 2 layers in once and it got too thick. And then we started rolling and tipping. And but just each one. How do you say?
There's that rolling and tipping. You rolled and I tipped.
Oh, and then I rolled and I tipped and Huub rolled and he tipped.
Right.
But that didn't go right, so I got really annoyed. And I threw the brush away. And then I wanted to quit. And I hated my life. And then I started rolling and Huub tipped it behind me. So that was better.
So definitely the other side. I mean, that's the first layer. We're gonna do another layer.
Yeah, and we're gonna sand it.
We're gonna sand it once more. This is the layer that definitely went a lot easier and better. And now we know how to do the second layer. Good job, babe. Are you happy again? Ow! The problem area on the bottom is primed here, and also on the other side here it's just a small part that can dry, and then we can sand it, and then we can do most of the anti-falling. Well, I did the primer on the bottom. This was made ready. Oh,
yeah,
you're
so
a little
it's
dirty.
easy to not feed yourself well while you're working this hard because you don't feel like cooking and stuff, but actually it's really important to put good stuff in your body. Yeah, I made this.
Thank you. We didn't explain what it was. What is it?
Spreadable camembert, that's cheese, with mashed avocado with some spices and a yellow onion, cucumber and a tomato, toasted broad and eggy.
Nice. Good morning. I'm actually pretty happy with the results. It turned out better as expected. Now let's start on the bottom.